Hello and welcome to the Cheadle End podcast, a Stockport County fan podcast. Today we've got Rob, but no Calvin. He did get back from his holiday late last night, so he can't join us. However, normal duties will in fact return this weekend. This is already the third episode of the Cheadle End podcast, and we now know that there won't be as many episodes as we envisaged after last night, but we'll talk all about that soon. Rob, how are you doing?
I'm alright, thanks, considering the result last night. Well, it's been a nice sunny day, so it's cheered my mood up a bit.
Yeah, well, it's the only thing that we can think about into after last night. Okay, just before we continue, a note from last episode. I now know the difference between a chip and a lob of the keeper, as I was told that it was a lobbed goal from Barry on Saturday. All right, let's move on. And, well, do we have to? Because it was a loss for County last night, Rob. And we will dissect the game shortly, of course. But were you surprised on the youthful lineup?
Not really. I mentioned in the last podcast I thought it was going to be the kids that had played. I was hoping Blackburn would do the same, but obviously not. Chandler stated in his interviews that he's concentrating more on the league, and with the amount of injuries, it wasn't much of a surprise, really.
Yeah. No, but we've got to admit, don't we, really, that it was men against boys for a lot of the game, and Blackburn, I believe that they had, 9 out of the 11 players from last night also started the game at Derby at the weekend. That was in the Championship, so the class was shown from the start, especially with Smodek and
Ohashi.
Well, that's the one. Thank you for that. I have been trying to pronounce that again. I'm not very good with names, as you can tell, but I have been trying to pronounce that. I need to practice more. But I think those two players, Rob, they definitely stood out for me for the whole of the game until they were off. But what did you think of it?
Yeah, I think especially Ohashi, he was kind of running rings around him. He played really well. He looked dangerous on every attack. Smodic could have had a hat-trick if it wasn't for some good saves in the first half from Hinchcliffe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was, especially them two, they played really well. The difference in the two teams was highly visible all the way through the game, really.
I thought as well, Ohashi, see, I can't say it right. He did quite a few good runs and he got his goal as well, so yeah. Yeah, so we don't just talk about County, we do talk about the opposition, especially when they played as well as they did last night. But you got to see there was a lot of mistakes from the County youth players, so, and quite a few of them led to the goals as well. Chandler said in his post-game that it was a learning curve for most of the players, and he wanted to get the game out of the way, I think he said. So it sounded like he was never really bothered the result, and that's what he kind of expecting.
Yeah, it was a step too much for the kids, I think. I mean, we had 6 17-year-olds and 4 16-year-olds play last night, and as you say, it was almost a full-strength Blackburn squad, so it wasn't just the kids though that made the errors. There was Hinchcliffe kind of made a couple of errors, almost fumbling the ball into the back of the net, and I think the second goal he could have should have got that, but it's in the past now, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think Torre as well. He was back to his usual last night. I just don't get why he just runs and then won't take anybody on. He just seems to run at the player and then stop and pass it backwards again. And he was doing it all last season, and again last night he seemed to be back to that.
I think when you look at plays like that, you think maybe confidence or either confidence of his own ability or what, but yeah, maybe something he's got to.
He seemed to start. He seems to be all right on Saturday, but it was like with a full squad then, wasn't it? So.
Yeah. Well, let's just. We're talking about a lot of negatives, aren't we? But positives for County, they did get a goal. And it may have gone down as an own goal, but they did get a goal. With many more positives from the game.
Yeah, Nathan Mapenga hit the ball from the corner towards the net, but it was Bradford's Buckley that it hit on the way in, so it was an own goal.
Yeah.
It was unfortunate, really, because the 16-year-old was. I think he played one of the better on the team when he came on as a sub.
Yeah.
I think one of the main turning points was Callum Camps coming on at half time. He seemed to run the midfield a lot better.
Yeah.
And Jake Gardner, he seemed to play all right as well. But most of the kind of chances, or half chances that we got was once Callum Camps had come in.
Yeah, you can definitely tell he's a senior player, couldn't you, after he came on. And for me, I thought the highlight of the game, where I think we can say this quite a lot, is the County fans stuck out the game and were there singing towards the end as well. So I think a scoreline as well. Some people might have not been too disappointed to see them walking out the door at half time or something like that, but they stayed, Rob.
No, there was a few kind of walking out, but most of them did stay till well, at least the sixth goal going in for Blackburn, if not full time.
Yeah.
So it was good to see.
And so the result wasn't great for you last night, Rob, and I don't think this will look well for you either, because we've got to do the prediction table now. Currently, me and Calvin are on top with 2 points, and Rob at the bottom with 0 points. We all picked different outcomes for the game last night, and obviously there was going to be some changes, and there was, because the only person to get it right was Calvin, who predicted an away win. He said 2-0, and I think if we all had the idea or thought about it a little bit more about the youth team, then we might have all gone his way, but he was the only one brave enough to do it. So we're going to give Calvin, he did say 2-0. It wasn't 2-0, it was 6-1. I know. But for betting against your own team, he's gone up to the top of the leaderboard. But it could all be different again next week. And we're going to look again. We're going to look now at the game at the weekend, Rob, and a nice summer's day in August at the seaside with Blackpool away. And you're going and Calvin's going, so I expect one of you to bring me back some rock.
Yeah, I'll have to take me bucket up for sitting on the beach before the game.
You've got to.
I'll try and bring you Iron rock sticker up back.
Oh, thank you.
I'm looking forward to the first away game of the season. It'll be a good day, regardless of the outcome, I think.
Yeah, well, we are expecting a different lineup for the weekend, and can County get a result and build on their good start, do you think?
I'm hoping so. I mean, Blackpool finished 8th last season, which is where we're aiming to be, or better this season. So I think we should do all right against them. I think would be good to use this game as a benchmark for the season, see how we do. If we do all right, then hopefully it'll kick us on for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
But, I think we should do all right.
Okay, now the point that they're all worried about is the predictions. So let's talk predictions. do have a video as well from the current leader, which we'll see in a second. But we'll start off with you, Rob. Where are you going?
Okay, we know I'm useless at these. But I'm going to go for a 2-1 County win.
Okay, that's it's bold, and I'll do my prediction after we hear from County from Calvin.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I've been asked by the boss to do a prediction video, and my prediction for this week's game is going to be Blackpool 2, Stockport 0. I think Blackpool's win in midweek in the Carabao Cup will stand them in good stead, and Counties, despite having all the youngsters in, I think it's going to take some recovery, but I do think Blackpool will win, sadly. I hope they don't. I hope the Hatters get a comfortable win, but my prediction is Blackpool 2, Stockport 0. Thank you very much, and I'll see you guys on the next podcast on Sunday.
So, Calvin, they're thinking a Blackpool 2-0 win. He did say 2-0 for the Blackburn game. So, maybe he's a bit closer. But I think he is a bit closer. But I just think County will get a goal. So, I'm actually going to go with Calvin on this one, Rob. And I'm going to say a 2-1 Blackpool. Yeah, 2-1 Blackpool win. And the reason why I think that is injury worries for Stockport. There's a lot of change at the minute. And that's the sole reason why I think it's just a bit too early in the season for Stockport to go up to Blackpool and get a win from it. But I really hope it's different for you guys that are up at the game. What do you think? Think I'm being a bit too cruel?
No, I think I think we've got a chance.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got Wotton, we've got Battery. There's Tanto's back in training, so there's a slim possibility that he might come off the bench, but we'll see.
Yeah. Well, that's my prediction anyway, and who knows? That leaderboard could be looking all different if you get your correct scoreline as well as a result, and you could be second joint with me. So. Not only would County win, but you would also... Who knows? Well, we'll find out again of the next episode because the game... And you're obviously going to the game, Rob, so I'm hoping that you'll take your camera and get some predictions from other County fans.
Yeah, I'll be there with me camera and
your bucket hat.
Your mic as well, so we'll be getting predictions from the fans. So if you see me coming, we'll get your prediction. Yeah,
that'll be good. But that's really all we've got time for in this midweek episode of the Cheadle End podcast. Just before we go, though, please remember to like the video if you've enjoyed any of it. If you've not, please like it anyway, because it'll teach us a lesson, and subscribe to it. And if you hit that bell button, you'll get the first chance to hear all of the Cheadle End drivel as soon as it hits. We'll be back again at the weekend after County have played Blackpool with hopefully a more cheerier episode, or if the weather's good, maybe some sunburn thrown in there as well. But until then, I'll see you then. Enjoy the game, Rob.
Cheers, and I'll see you again soon.
See you soon.